Peace and all good things. You know, there's a story of a man who came to church one morning and both of his ears had a lot of blisters, looked very painful. And after Mass, the priest asked the man, "What happened to your ears?" The man said, "You know, one Sunday he was watching football on the television and very fixated in this very important game. His wife was also in the room, ironing at the time, and he didn't notice because of the game that his wife had left the room and left the hot iron on the table right next to the telephone. So that when the telephone rang, he wasn't even looking and he picked up the iron and put it to his ear." And the priest said, "Wow, that sounds kind of painful, but what happened to the other ear?" And he said, "Well, I went right back to the game and about a minute later the phone rang again. I picked up the iron and did it again." I think that sometimes that story can show us that sometimes we can become so fixated on something in our lives that we can become totally oblivious to other things that are going on in our environment, other things that are going on in our lives. And we are continuing to celebrate the Easter season, when we celebrate Jesus rising from the dead and really giving us hope for our own lives, for our own futures, and can shed light on really how to live our lives and how to view our lives today. But there are many football games, if you will, in our lives that can distract us from that great truth of Easter. Whether that be good, positive things that we want to put our trust in, that we put all of our time and attention trying to build up, other than staying focused on truly trying to live our lives as Easter people with the hope in Jesus being raised from the dead and trying to live in this faith and hope. Or it could be negative things that could be our football game. Those things, and there have been many over the past year, that can perhaps become a distraction from us truly believing that Jesus is truly risen from the dead, and this message of hope we need to give to the world. And we too, instead of picking up that phone, if you will, and paying attention to spreading this great message of Easter to all of the world, sometimes we can become so fixated on something else that we lose track, and ultimately we can pick up that iron, or we can pick up and spread something else that's not worthy of that call, especially that of the hope and peace that Jesus gives to us at Easter. So let us ask ourselves this week, what is our football game that can make us oblivious to what's going on, can help us forget about this great hallelujah that we have celebrated at Easter? Let us perhaps stay focused on this true Easter message and always use that as the base of our lives and our journey of faith. God bless you.